When Tesla quietly revealed that a key section of its production line can now build a vehicle every 38 seconds, most people immediately connected it to the refreshed Model Y Juniper. New lights, cleaner interior, improved ride quality, quieter cabin, those are the visible changes, the things customers can touch and reviewers can film. But the 38-second line tells a much bigger story, one that goes far beyond a single refresh or even a single model. It offers a rare glimpse into how Tesla is trying to reshape the future of car manufacturing itself. To understand why 38 seconds matters, it helps to understand how unusual that number is in the automotive world. Traditional automakers often measure production in minutes per station, sometimes even longer, especially when multiple parts, wiring, and quality checks are involved. Even highly optimized plants usually struggle to compress cycle times without sacrificing flexibility or adding cost. Tesla, however, has been obsessed with cycle time for years, viewing it not as a factory metric but as a product feature in disguise. Faster production doesn't just mean more cars, it changes cost structures, design decisions, supply chains, and ultimately pricing power. The Model Y Juniper refresh became the public face of this shift, but the manufacturing transformation started long before Juniper entered production. Tesla has been slowly re-engineering how cars are built, not by improving individual steps, but by questioning whether those steps should exist at all. The 38-second line is the result of removing complexity, consolidating parts, and designing vehicles that are easier to assemble from the beginning, rather than forcing factories to adapt later. One of the most important clues lies in Tesla's growing use of large structural castings. Instead of welding together dozens or even hundreds of stamped metal pieces, Tesla now casts major sections of the vehicle body as single parts. This dramatically reduces the number of robots, welds, fasteners, and inspections required. Fewer parts mean fewer chances for errors, faster alignment, and simpler quality control. When a large casting arrives at the line, it replaces entire subassemblies that once took minutes to build. That alone can shave significant time off each vehicle. But castings are only part of the story. The 38-second line also reflects how Tesla has redesigned wiring, plumbing, and electronics. Traditional wiring harnesses are bulky, complex, and time-consuming to install. Tesla has moved toward more centralized electronics, shorter cable runs, and simplified routing. By reducing the number of connections and standardizing layouts, workers and robots can complete tasks faster with fewer adjustments. This isn't just about speed. It also reduces weight, improves reliability, and lowers material costs. The Model Y Juniper benefits from these changes, but the deeper implication is that Tesla is building a manufacturing platform, not just a car. The same principles that allow a Juniper Model Y to move through the line in record time can be applied to future vehicles, including lower-cost models, robotaxis, and even vehicles not yet announced. In that sense, the 38-second line is less about today's Model Y and more about tomorrow's Tesla lineup. Another critical aspect revealed by this milestone is Tesla's evolving approach to automation. In the past, Elon Musk openly admitted that Tesla over-automated certain processes, leading to bottlenecks and inefficiencies. What we are seeing now is a more mature balance between robotics and human labor. The fastest lines are not necessarily the most automated ones, but the ones where each task is perfectly matched to the strengths of either a robot or a human. The 38-second line suggests Tesla has refined this balance, eliminating unnecessary steps rather than simply speeding them up. This efficiency has direct economic consequences. Faster cycle times mean higher output from the same factory footprint. That lowers the cost per vehicle even if total factory investment remains high. It also allows Tesla to respond more quickly to demand changes. If orders spike, Tesla can ramp production without building entirely new plants. If demand softens, fixed costs are spread across fewer seconds per car, cushioning margins. In an industry where profit margins are often razor-thin, this flexibility is a powerful advantage. There is also a strategic message embedded in this achievement. As competition in the electric vehicle market intensifies, many automakers are discovering that designing a good EV is only half the battle. Scaling production profitably is far harder. Tesla's 38-second line sends a clear signal that the company believes manufacturing, not battery chemistry or software alone, will determine the winners of the next phase of the EV race. It's a reminder that Tesla doesn't just see itself as a car company, but as a manufacturing technology company. Looking beyond Juniper, the implications extend to pricing. Lower production costs give Tesla more room to adjust prices without destroying margins. This has already been evident in recent years, as Tesla has repeatedly cut prices while many competitors struggled to follow. A faster line means Tesla can absorb cost pressures from raw materials, logistics, or currency fluctuations more easily. It also strengthens Tesla's ability to launch a truly affordable next-generation vehicle, something many analysts believe is essential for mass EV adoption. The 38-second line also hints at how Tesla is preparing for autonomous vehicles at scale. If Tesla eventually deploys large fleets of robotaxis, production volume will matter as much as software capability. Building millions of identical, durable vehicles quickly and cheaply becomes essential. Manufacturing efficiency, therefore, is not a side project. It is foundational to Tesla's long-term autonomy strategy. Juniper may be a consumer refresh today, but the factory that builds it could be the same factory that produces autonomous vehicles tomorrow. Another often overlooked aspect is quality consistency. Shorter cycle times might sound risky, but when achieved through simplification rather than rushing, they can actually improve quality. Fewer parts, fewer handoffs, and fewer adjustments reduce variability. Tesla's manufacturing philosophy increasingly emphasizes designs that naturally align correctly, requiring less calibration and rework. The 38-second figure suggests that Tesla is confident in this approach, trusting that the line can maintain quality even at extreme speed. This confidence is also reflected in how quietly the milestone was shared. There was no major advertising campaign, no dramatic reveal event. That in itself is telling. Tesla seems to view this not as a marketing stunt, but as a stepping stone towards something larger. For investors and industry watchers, it is a data point that reinforces Tesla's long-term vision. For competitors, it is a warning that catching up will require more than copying exterior designs or adding screens to dashboards. It's also worth noting that this kind of manufacturing efficiency is not easily replicated. It depends on vertical integration, from vehicle design to software to factory layout. Tesla controls more of its stack than most automakers, allowing changes in one area to ripple quickly through the entire system. When engineers design a new component, they consider how it will be installed on the line, how it will be tested, and how it will affect cycle time. That feedback loop is difficult for companies with fragmented supplier relationships to match. The Model Y Juniper refresh may look modest on the surface, but the factory that produces it represents years of accumulated learning. Each second shaved off the line is the result of thousands of small decisions, experiments, and failures. The 38-second line is not a sudden breakthrough. It is the visible outcome of Tesla's relentless focus on first principles and manufacturing fundamentals. There are, of course, challenges ahead. Scaling such efficiency across all factories, regions, and models is not guaranteed. Different regulations, labor markets, and supply chains introduce complexity. Maintaining quality at high speed requires constant vigilance. And as vehicles become more complex with advanced driver assistance and connectivity features, the risk of reintroducing complexity always looms. But the direction is clear. Tesla is betting that simplicity, speed, and integration will outperform traditional automotive playbooks. For consumers, the immediate takeaway might be subtle. A quieter cabin, improved comfort, and refined design in the Model Y Juniper are tangible benefits, but behind those changes lies a manufacturing engine that could determine how affordable, accessible, and scalable electric vehicles become over the next decade. The 38-second line is not just about building cars faster, it's about redefining what is possible in automotive production. In the broader context of the global auto industry, this development raises uncomfortable questions for legacy manufacturers. Many are still struggling to make EVs profitable at scale, often relying on government incentives or premium pricing. Tesla's ability to compress production time challenges those assumptions. If one company can build vehicles faster, cheaper, and at higher volume, the competitive landscape shifts dramatically. It forces others to rethink not just their products, but their factories, supply chains, and organizational structures. Ultimately, what Tesla's 38-second line reveals is a company playing a long game. Model Y Juniper is a chapter, not the whole story. The real narrative is about manufacturing as a competitive weapon, about designing products around factories rather than forcing factories to accommodate products. It's about preparing for a future where electric vehicles are not niche or premium but ubiquitous. As the EV market matures, flashy features will matter less than execution. Range numbers will converge, screens will get bigger everywhere, and software updates will become standard. What will separate leaders from laggards is the ability to build high-quality vehicles at scale, profitably and sustainably. Tesla's 38-second production line is a glimpse into how the company believes that battle will be won. And while the Model Y Juniper may be what rolls off that line today, the real output is something more enduring, a manufacturing philosophy that could shape the next era of transportation.